took his arm and he like came around my neck with the grip of his elbow around my neck, and he began to choke me, pressure on my neck with his elbow. Out of the bed, I was pushing back. I started to do a move that I saw off of social media. He said to me, that shit is not gonna work.
So you say you tried to do a move.
There was a defensive move where you try to put your hands underneath the person that's trying to choke you. It's like something I saw on a woman defensive page or something. And he said, that shit you see on Instagram is not gonna work. And that's when he got tighter. Like, the more I was trying to put his hand, he got tighter.
And then what happened?
And then I was pushing back. And then...
Hey, yo, what's happening, black men? Now, in this one, I'm calling this video, we need more Steffon Diggs. And as you saw from the picture in the thumbnail, you got Steffon Diggs. Faggot ass. Sweet, yo. Cupcake. Straight cupcake, man. Right? Crop top with a purse, black men. Crop top with a purse. See, we need more Steffon Diggs. Now, you might say, yo, why are you saying something like that? Do you hate black people? No. See, I understand that these are the kind of men that black women pick, right? Look at Cardi B pick this man. Just look at the fact that you have had so many black women go after men of this archetype. Look at guys like Young Thug wearing a dress. He done told guys in songs like, yo, I'll never forget in one of his songs, he said he'll get inside prison and smash your dad in the butt. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, come on, dude. But again, we need more guys like this because you'll have black women, right? I told you guys in multiple videos. I've had a black woman tell me to my face, a young black woman, based off a man's lips, you can tell if he's gay. I've had another black woman, older, right, in her 50s. If you can look into a man's eyes, or not if, but if you look into a man's eyes, you can tell if he's gay. I'm like, what? Where do you get this kind of knowledge from, black women? Right? But again, they're the ones who find themselves sleeping with down low men. Oh, but he's tall. Okay. And he's down low. Right? But you didn't think he was gay in the moment. You're just worried about, things that don't even matter. Right? Anyways, the reason why I'm saying we need more Steffon Diggs because for black men, 10%, the men who I make content for, you can remain in the shadows, right? You can move like a thief in the night. See, guys like Steffon Diggs and Young Thugs and the Pookies. Wait, hold on. I even told you guys a story one time. I met a Glocktavius, 6'4", dreadlocks, tattoos on his face, hand, neck, and guess what? He was down low or a homosexual. Why was he with a transformer wearing a wig? But again, black women will see that dude and say, oh man, he's tough. Oh, he's so attractive. Oh, the dreadlocks, the tattoos. Oh, he's a gangster. But he's down low. He's going to give you HIV. He's going to give you herpes. But you're worried about him being tall. See, black women, they love these down low homosexual dudes all because of a street thug appearance. And this is what I'm telling you, black men, especially for 10%. Yo, we need more of these dudes to distract black women. See, I would rather be invisible to black women than to be a sacrificial lamb. I'm not going to be a stepdad. I'm not taking care of no bastard. I'm not going to rescue you and your bastard children from your bad mistakes. You know what I'm saying? The days of the simp black man, you know what I mean? That black man who going to step up to the plate, that's over with. That's over with, yo. You got the new black men, and we talking about Gen Z black men. I'm telling you, Gen Z black men are going to make black women starve. Yeah, you got the simp still in here, but I'm telling you, most Gen Z black men, a lot of dudes don't want to accept it because, again, you probably feel some kind of way. Oh, man, but black women not even fucking with you like that. Some of you dudes, you realize if you sat down and really analyze stuff, yo, you would actually sit down and say, yo, what am I doing? But again, that takes too much self-reflection. That takes too much looking in the mirror. Something that black men you don't want to do, man. Right? Because when you look in the mirror, listen, that's the only person you can blame. Yeah, you can blame black women, but yo, you conformed. You took those actions. You did what you did because why? Yeah, they were promoting it. Yeah, we know black women they work for the white man. We understand that. Now we do at least. I do feel bad for black men who grew up in a different time period and information like this wasn't available, right? Forget not even being available. Black men wasn't even thinking about it. It went over so many black men's head that like, yo, if you try to even talk about it, black men would just shame you. You know what I mean? At least nowadays you got black men who will actually listen to you and at least hear you out. But I'm pretty sure, yo, 30, 40, 50 years ago, yo, black men, you was talking anything like this, yo, they'll probably just call you a sellout, Uncle Tom, yo, this nigga lame, whatever, this, that, and the third. But, guys like Steffon Diggs, they distract black women from the men who they not checking for. Now, you might say, oh, bro, you just bitter because they're not checking for you. See, with black women not checking for you, it gives you time to focus. It puts you in a mental headspace where, okay, they're not checking for me, but I have time to improve. See, I told you guys, black women are the catalyst to black men's destruction, right? America has been designed for black men to fail, but you can speed up the process, right? Again, if you guys know anything about science, a catalyst is just a physical action, right, to speed up the process of the experiment. So when you drop, let's say, food coloring into a glass water, right, you can let the food coloring sit, and yes, eventually it will saturate throughout the glass water. I'm sorry, the cup of water, and yeah, the whole thing would turn blue, red, green, whatever. But if you stir it up, the physical action, the catalyst, then it spreads. It's like adding sugar to Kool-Aid. When you stir it up, guess what? It sweetens up faster. More of the sugar dissolves, and guess what? It sweetens up faster, black man. This is what I'm talking about. So Keisha is just a catalyst into destroying your life, right? When you conform, when you feel like it's time to get the dreadlocks, when you feel like it's time to get the tattoos, when you feel like it's time to jump off the stoop and get out here and do your thing, you're doing that to impress black women. Why do you think guys jump on Instagram and flex? Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. I think in the last month or two, you had guys who were two Glocktavius. I think I got the screenshot. These guys went to rob a Brinks truck, and you got on Instagram and flexed the money. Why would you do something like that? You're only doing that to do what? Impress black women. You're only doing that to impress black women, dude. When you see guys standing on top of a couch in the club with a bottle, you know what I mean? Like, that's to impress black women. You're wearing all that designer, that's for black women. Guys, that's what I'm saying. Keisha is the destruction for your life. Most guys don't want to admit it, but when you look at the reason why guys are doing that, it's to impress them. Keisha's impressed by all of that nonsense. Listen, that's why I told you, black men, yo, get your passport. If you don't want to get your passport, go overseas. Well, most guys can't go overseas. It's one thing to go on a vacation, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Again, most of you guys are working jobs where you only get 2 weeks off from work, right? How many guys can really get 3 months off from work? How many guys are really working remote from home? How many guys are really working remote and you can work overseas? That's like a very, very, very small few. It's so minute that you shouldn't even worry about the few guys that can do it, because most of you guys won't have the opportunity to, right? Now, when you look at the fact that removing yourself from black society, you realize you can be yourself and still attract women, right? Being under 6 feet, guess what? You're overseas, bro. You can still attract women. Only black women, and I'm not gonna say only them, but again, as a black man, that's your first option. So they're putting that pressure on you from early, and you're watching it. Oh, 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. But why don't you black women even be with these 6 feet guys? When you look at the older black women who are in their 40s and 50s and they're married, they tend to be married to short men, right? Because why? The short guy had to improve. I saw something a couple years ago, and ever since I've heard it, now I can like just see it. I'm paying attention. When you look at the fact, right? I heard a black woman say the black men who are short, unattractive, and again, this is how she described us: short, unattractive. Well, yeah, that's the two. That's the two adjectives, right? Short and unattractive. Those guys are the men who go out here and get the money because he needs the money to impress us. The guys who are tall and attractive, he doesn't need money because we'll just go for him anyways. So I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, this is what I heard a black woman say on like an Instagram video or a Twitter video, right? So I'm like, damn. So something like that wouldn't even be knowledge to a black man if they're not online telling all their damn secrets. So you're trying to push black men away. They're like, look at all the videos black women put online exposing all the secrets. This was stuff as a black man. If you did not know it, trust me, you didn't even learn it. Because most guys around you are so damn in denial and simped out that they can't even trade notes to say, yo, listen, bro, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Oh, no, man, that's just you. Yo, come on, my nigga. Like, most of us are going through this shit. But guys feel like, yo, any piece of pussy means I'm doing good. This is why I'm like, yo, you got to get away from simps, dude. You got to get away from simps, right? Simps, they're controlled by pussy. Black women know they got that pussy on lock. So, I'm like, yo, that's what I'm saying. Yo, 10%. That's why, if you ever catch smoke from black women, that's because they know they can't control you. You're one of the guys who can't be controlled. And yeah, she may feel like in her mind, yeah, I would even pick you anyways, but she can't control you because if you was simping for her, she wouldn't be talking the way she's talking. But when they know you're not gonna simp, like, so hold on. I've said in multiple videos, black women swear they can read you. Yeah, I will give them that to a certain degree. 10%. I'm talking 10%. She can read the fact that you're not going for that bullshit. She can't control you. So trust me, you're gonna catch smoke from them, right? She knows that you cannot be controlled. A simp that she can control, they don't have those issues with. They're not gonna be trying to disrespect them, right? When you're a thinking black man, a critical thinking black man, a analytical thinking black man, they can smell it on you. Because why? Glocktavius and Tyrone, right? They think out loud. You black men, though, you know how to move in the shadows. Again, like a thief in the night. Growing up, one of my favorite games was Assassin's Creed, man. Ezio, Connor, what's the dude from Black Flag? I think that was Edward. You know what I mean? Like I fuck with the old Assassin's Creed game, even though you have the new one, Assassin's Creed Shadows. But yeah, black man, you know how to move in the shadows, like a real assassin, like a thief in the night. You know what I mean? You know how to stay below the radar, undetected, and that's what you have to do, black man. Yo, don't conform to the culture, right? Stay under the radar, remain invisible to black women. That's why I said, yo, we need more Black Tavius. We need more Steffon Diggs to be down low, to conform, to impress black women, So that's why, as you as the 10% black man, yo, you can do your thing, stack your money, build up your skills, and you can bounce. Again, if you don't want to leave the country, because again, you're not leaving the country without any skills. That's why I've been told you black men for a long time, yo, pursue some skills, bro. You need some skills and you need a degree. Like, if you want to leave this country, you need a damn degree and you need skills, real skills, black man. Not no African American studies. You need real skills. And trust me, these companies will pick you up. I'm telling you guys because I know from experience, or I know from personal experience, right? Within my circle. Yo, you can get picked up. It's possible, black men, but you got to put in that work. Again, if you're worried about trying to impress black women, you're not going to leave this country. You're not going to leave out your neighborhood. You're not going to leave your city because why? It's too much black pussy for you to conquer. You know what I'm saying? And for the guys who want to conquer it, by all means, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm not in your way. If you feel like I'm in your way, yo, bulldoze me over, right? Let me go back in the shadows. Let me go back like a thief in the night. Let me get back under the radar. Yo, listen, when they put on, yeah, I'm going into my Call of Duty phase right now, yo. Black man, you remember in Call of Duty, you got the UAV on, right? If you got the ghost perk, yo, you can't see me on the map. Yo, you know what? I might call this video. I might call this video UAV Ghost Perk. It's something like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, something like that. But yo, black man, that's what I'm talking about. See, when you stay under the radar, yo, black women, they can't find you. They can't check for you. And every now and then you might find one or two who you might think is a good option. Black men, do not fall for it. Do not fall for it, yo. I'll never forget Akeisha told me how she is not like the rest of them. Just to prove her own statement wrong and show me that she is just like the rest of them. I'm like, are you serious? You were the one over here talking about how you this and you that, and you like, come on, son. But again, only a simp would fall for it. Only a simp is optimistic for him. Only a simp is willing to invest that time and emotion into him, black men. Only a simp, right? Steffon Diggs, he may not be the simp, the typical simp that we're thinking about, but he is a simp, right? Because guess what? He's the kind of guy out here making broken families. And we need more guys like him to create these broken families so black men, you can stay under the radar. And for 10% black men in Gen Z, yo, when you're gone, right? Black women are going to look around, yo, where are the men with the money? We need help with these kids, these bastards. Tyrone can't make no money and help us. Yeah, Cardi B's lucky she got kids by Steffon Diggs and Offset, right? And she's lucky she's a rapper. If she was still just the same hood Dominican chick in the Bronx, yo, she'll be looking for a black man to help and save her, right? And you black simps, right? You'll probably feel welcome and thankful for the opportunity. Just like how all these other black Johns out here do it too. Right? Some of you brothers who are in the deep south, I've heard black women say they only move down south because they can't compete on the East Coast or on the West Coast. They got fat and got children, so black men don't want them. But they know if they go down south, you have a multitude of black simps down there who are so damn delusional and so damn strung out on black pussy like it's crack in the 1980s that they would accept a fat black woman with kids just so he can have something. Because that's how starved out black men is. You know, I made this analogy one time, and I'm going to wrap it up, right? I made this analogy one time about black men during slavery. So it was more specific to America than like the Central America and the Caribbeans and South America. But in the North America, right, the U.S., the white man put black people on sex plantations, right? Breeding farms. And if you were not the Glocktavius, if you were not Tyrone, if you were not the 6 foot, 250 pound black man, you were not the one who was used for breeding, right? The buck. So if you weren't used for that purpose, so if you weren't used for that purpose, and the guys who were of that stature are creating the majority of the children, where are those same kids being put? In the field with you, black men. In the field with you. You had to help those kids. You had to protect those kids. And it made me think to myself, yo, that's probably where black women got the idea where black men, you're going to be our backup plan. Yeah, we may have been forced to fuck Octavius and Tyrone, but we were happy with that. And some of them got to fuck the slave master, right? But the rest of the kids who came out to be a darker skin tone, created by Glocktavius, Tyrone, the 6 foot, 250 pound man, yo, his kids was put in the field with you. And you probably had to look out for them just because of, proximity. But you thinking to yourself, yo, that's not my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know they say it takes a village to raise a kid, but yo, we in a different circumstance. You know what I mean? And black women just being so extreme, carrying on that plantation mind 200 years later. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're not even that far into it, but you get where I'm going with this, right? It's just the fact that they probably think that from the plantation, fast forward to 2026, yo, black men, you were comfortable with it then. What's the issue now? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, yo. We need more Steffon Diggs, right? This is not even about his chef wanting to sue him for his money, or because he didn't want to smash her no more. He wanted to put her out, and then she wanted to hang with Cardi B and go to the Met Gala. I'm like, see, that's the kind of situations that those guys go through. Yeah, you may have more access to black women. You may have more sexual access to black women. But again, black men, even look at the guys who you might know in your personal life. Yeah, he may have more access to black pussy than you. But when you really sit down and think about it, and you really analyze things, whether it's guys you personally know, guys you met on a job, a random guy you had a one-time conversation with, yo, I don't want anything these guys have from black women. It's hard to be envious of their situations when you realize it's not even good. I wouldn't even want that for myself. Yeah, you may get to fuck more black women than me. You may get to brag about that, but she don't respect you. She don't treat you good. She talk to you like a fucking animal, right? And so it's like, bro, what's to brag about? Yeah, you get more sex, but you still get treated bad. You still get treated bad. So it's like, yo, what's the point? And again, when you talk to enough black men, you realize, okay, Steffon Diggs, he's no different from most of them, bro. Yeah, you may get more access. Granted, he's a celebrity, right? He's an NFL player. But look at the average nigga in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? The average Pookie. Yeah, he might get more sex from black women, but guess what? She only looks for leverage. Black women only look for leverage. That's what I'm talking about. They only look for leverage. Do you guys notice that? You know what? I was gonna call this Ghost Perk Call of Duty UAV, but I don't know what I'm gonna call it, right? But do you notice that black women, they only look for leverage? If she does not have leverage, she will not fuck with you. And that's what I'm saying, yo. 10%. I know I don't have those problems. No black women can talk about how they had leverage over Scar. Yo, because I'm solid, bro. I realized from young, I'm talking like in my teens. In my teens, right? It was just that I was optimistic enough to kind of keep on trying up until about 22, 23. But I said, yo, I'm done, yo. For what? Right? The quality then got so low. The treatment then got so bad. I'm like, yo, I'm good, son. I'm good, yo. I'm good. I'm good. But again, most black men, you won't admit it because why? You're gonna feel like it's your fault. Black men, I'm telling you right now, it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself because you feel like, oh man, I'm not getting as many girls as I want to. I'm not having as much sex as I want to. Yo, black women not checking for me like I want them to. It's not your fault. See, they want you to beat yourself up and take the blame for it because why? It keeps you mentally stuck on that plantation. It keeps you mentally trapped in that cage. When you resolve yourself of that guilt, black men, and you can really accept the fact, yo, it's not my fault. I didn't do anything to deserve this. Yo, now you wake up. Now you see the real issue, black man, and it's never been you, but it's always been them. Like I said, man, yo, put your hoodie on. It's hoodie season, black men. You know, I know it's summertime, but put your hoodie on. It's hoodie season. And yo, put on the ghost perk. You know what I mean? UAV is constantly on, bro. But as long as you stay invisible, as long as you stay off their radar, yo, you'll be good, black man. But anyways, I'm out. Peace.